Every year I make it a point to make a headband wig. Now of course you can purchase one, you can always buy one, but I like to make them from home because they're affordable, cheap, and can be complete lifesavers. Alright, so first we're going to go over all the supplies that we need for this hairstyle. Luckily this is very minimal, so you don't need a lot at all. I'm just going to use and work off of my desk, but you can use any surface. Last time I did this, it was in my kitchen. And then this is the pack hair, very cheap but effective. And then a headband cap, which y'all, the innovation is crazy. I love when they make things that make my life easier. So basically this cap already comes with clips in it and a little Velcro piece to kind of help you secure it. And I used to have to do this part myself, so it's cutting out a lot of time. And then I'm just fitting the cap over my little globe. You don't have to use this, but I was not about to go out and spend money on a wig head. And this is pretty firm, so I wasn't mad at it. And no worries, the glue comes right off of this. Now I don't know if the glue is going to come off as easy on a styrofoam head, so yeah, use at your own risk. But these are the wefts, and this ideally was not the hair I wanted originally. I'll show you the hair that I wanted that I used last time. It just gave more of a boho look, but this is what they had, and I trust this brand, so I was like, well, let me go ahead and use them again. And then this, my friends, is the easiest part. Basically, I'm just going and taking each weft, I'm measuring it to the head, kind of how I would want it to end on my head, if that makes sense, and then I'm cutting it. Now, keep in mind, this is a pretty easy process. You put the glue on, you measure it out, and you hold it into place. The only area where it was kind of hard is the fact that this is quick drying glue, but it ain't that quick, okay? It's not 5 seconds or less. You do have to hold it for, I would say, at least 10 seconds, hold it into place, and then it'll kind of firm up and you can let go of it. That was the most frustrating part, was sometimes I would put it on and hold it and it wouldn't be long enough, and I'd let go and it would fall right off. So just make sure you have enough patience to do this and you'll be fine. Spacing was the other big concern. I've done this so many times, but each time is a little bit different. Rule of thumb for me, I just like to make sure that the spacing is at least a little bit less than an inch between each weft. I don't like putting them right on top of each other because then it makes it super bulky, but I also don't like spreading them out too thin, because then, like, if it's sparse and you can see the actual weft, you've gone too far, you've done something wrong. One pack will be enough, okay? That's the beauty, and I think they even advertise it as that. One pack is all you need. It comes with 3 bundles in it, and then each bundle is a different length. I always cut my hair regardless, so I don't care as much about how long the hair is, but I will say that 3 packs is enough, and it is very full, beautiful. Look at those curls. We love. My biggest advice for this is don't overthink it. It's actually a very simple process. You really don't have to think too hard about a headband wig, mostly because there's no leave out. Your leave out is going to be your slicked back hair, or even if you don't want to show any hair, you're not going to have a leave out. So you don't really have to worry about what the wefts look like up towards the front. You know that we're going to be putting a headband over that to kind of conceal that and cover it up. So it's just low-key, kind of like playing Tetris with the wefts and just seeing where each piece fits in and making it all look cohesive. Alright, finished result. Look how bouncy and beautiful. Like, she is everything. I love. And it's very lightweight. It looks heavy. It looks like a lot of hair, but we are going to cut it down. And that's just what the inside of the wig cap looks like. I always let it dry, just set it out so it's dried completely before I try it on. And then a very, very simple and basic braiding situation. Again, this is a headband wig, so it really doesn't matter what our hair looks like underneath. We can do whatever. I'm gonna put a little cap on just to protect my hair. It does have clips already in it, so I'm just kind of feeling around and making sure everything looks straight. And obviously, we are gonna have to do a little manipulation, okay? We can't just put it on and go. But I am just going to start by making sure all the hair is pulled through, securing the clips, securing that Velcro piece, and then we can get into our clipping. Alright, so in terms of trimming, I am certified. Just kidding, I'm not certified in anything. I just kind of eyeball it every time. So I'm just cutting some layers, making it shorter in the front, longer in the back. And it is completely up to your preference. Like I said, this came with 3 different bundles that were 3 different lengths, so I wasn't necessarily worried about it not giving me that layered effect. But I just get very picky. I'm like, for me, there's a limit, okay? There's long, there's too long, and then there's not long enough. So it just depends on the hairstyle and the vibe that I'm going for. And then I just went in, so I raided the beauty supply store, bought these cheap little headbands. They came in like packs of 2, so I got 1 pack that had 2 white ones and then another pack that had 2 black ones. I just figured standard colors that I would want and could match up with most of my outfits. But yeah, you pretty much just pull that bad boy over. Like I said, this already kind of comes with its own headband already on, so I just put that right on top. If you were truly extra, you could definitely glue this down as well, but I like the idea of interchangeable headbands based on my outfit and my vibe. So I am just going to kind of secure it into place with my fingers, and I like to pull it back a little bit. Okay, so pro tip, I feel like it looks the most natural when you can see that your hair is slicked back even a little bit. So I always pull it back to make sure that you can at least see a little bit of baby hairs, or at least the front end of my leave out. To do a little bit of baby hairs, you definitely don't have to, but like I said, I feel like this adds to the look. If I'm not gonna have the rest of my hair out, the least I can do is put a few baby hairs out, make it look a little more natural in the front. So we're keeping it very simple. The whole point of this hairstyle is that this is my go-to when I have nothing to wear, when my hair is not done, when I'm in a rush. So I don't want to have to do too much manipulation, but at the same time, we always have to tweak it just a little bit. And then these are just the final results. I always like to show you guys like after a few days how it looks. I did dip this in boiling hot water just to get the curls to go down a little bit. Something about curly hair, with me, I'm very like, if it's too curly, it's too much. So I wanted it to lay down just a little bit flatter, and I love the result. But that's going to be it for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!